share with me information that can be good for all of us. Is everybody there? Are they ready? Huh? Good. So I would like to start with a story. The first story is, of course, the master of all master. The story that there is so many stories about the Baal Shem Tov. And the question is why the Baal Shem Tov was. Who the Baal Shem Tov was. I mean, Baal Shem Tov, when you think about the Baal Shem Tov, I don't know if you think about a human being or an angel. The soul, when the soul comes to this world, it's a great soul, a great soul coming to the world. What is a soul? And what is a great soul? I mean, the soul is what carry, the body carry the soul within it. The soul is like a spark. And when the soul come down to this world in the body, it's not about the body. It's about the spirit, about the soul, to make a difference. So the story go like that. The Baal Shem Tov used to be known for his certainty. Everything about Baal Shem Tov was certainty. Like, when you ask the Baal Shem Tov a question, it was an answer right away. It was not even waiting. It was pure answer, sweet answer. When you say the name Baal Shem Tov, you feel the Creator. You feel sweet. You feel good things are happening. You feel just greatness. So the story go like that. One of the students of the Baal Shem asked him, "What should I do for a living?" He said, "I should be a chazan." Chazan means cantor. They want to pray, in front of people. And he told him that should be your job. And he said to him, "Master, I don't know. I don't know how to sing very well." He said, "It doesn't matter. I want to connect with the Olam HaNigun, the world of music, because we know whatever exists in the physical universe exists in the upper universe and the non-physical universe. And in that metaphysical universe, as the universe, the chamber of music. And the Baal Shem Tov said, I want you to connect to that chamber. It's a very important chamber." Of course, when the Baal Shem Tov talk, it's not something that we can fully understand in this physical universe to our five senses. We capture some of the thing, but we capture it through the five senses. We don't capture them to the essence of what it is. And he became a chazan, he became a cantor. And as he became a cantor, he was traveling the country. When I say country, I mean Ukraine and the area. And the people call him the Baal Shem Tov Chazan, Baal Shem Tov cantor. Unbelievable. Music, right? So, after many, many years, getting older, and the student of the Baal Shem Tov, you all know his name, Rabbi Eliyahu Jian. And I don't need to tell you about how great was Rabbi Elimelech, the greatest of all great. I mean, unbelievable. And Rabbi Elimelech saw that he arrived to stay in his area for Shabbat. So he gave him a lot of respect, because he knew this is the Chazan, this is the cantor of the Baal Shem Tov. But he was worried that if we will sing with everybody else, because once you pray for Shabbat, for the Sabbath, once you pray, when you do it with the right music, with the right melody, the vibration of the word, the vibration of the music, the vibration of everything you do, it's elevate everything to the levels of the chambers of the angels. Because we know that the angels are singing as well. So when you sing here, when you play music here, you have an affinity with the chamber of the angels above. So it's become one. You can bring the angel down. You can go to the level of the angel. So it's kind of powerful, when you sing. To those of you who don't like to sing, those of you who think you have a terrible voice, it's not about the voice. It's not about how good you are. When you try to sing, or when you sing, or when you dance, when you do any type of music, you're activating the angel's universe. And they said we have to respect him. So maybe for Kabbalat Shabbat, meaning when the Shabbat enter, there's a special melody. It's called Lecha Dodi. So they decided that he will be the Chazan, he will be the cantor for that. And Rabbi Lemelech looked at him that when he's praying, he realized that the music take his mind off the secret meditation that the Baal Shem Tov gave him. So just to make sure we're clear, Baal Shem Tov was his master who teach him and told him that he need to be a cantor. After Baal Shem Tov is gone, now he's traveling to Lizhensk. Lizhensk is the city of Rabbi Lemelech. Rabbi Lemelech is watching him. He's a very respectful man, obviously. But I see that while he's trying to meditate on the words and to sing at the same time, the music taking him away from the secret meditation that he know. And he didn't know what to do in one way. He didn't want to embarrass the Chazan, so tell him not to do it anymore. But in the other end, you have to give him a lot of respect because after all, he was the cantor of the Baal Shem Tov. So it was, sometimes you're running to that situation in life when you got to do the right thing, which is the right thing for the individual, that you do the right thing for them, but in the same time you might insult them. So what Rabbi Lemelech did, he said to him, can you come, let's have a little dinner after the Sabbath. The Hasidim, the people, the Kabbalists, used to have dinner on Saturday night. When Shabbat is over, they all meet, they have special food been made on Saturday night. It's considered the one that bring money to your house. So when you eat on Saturday night with meditation, it's the money that you're going to have for the week. It's a very, very powerful meal. It's called the fourth meal of the Sabbath. So the Rabbi Lemelech said to him, tell me about our master, the Baal Shem Tov. Tell me who he was. What did he teach you? I said, well, let me tell you. He said, when the Baal Shem Tov pray, every line of the prayer, every word that we say, have an angel that's in charge of that line. If the Baal Shem Tov wouldn't see the angel arrive to that line, he wouldn't start saying the words. When he say the Hallel, which is a special prayer for Rosh Chodesh, he would wait for the angel to arrive. Every letters, every word, every sentence, and an angel that come with that sentence. Can you imagine, to pray like that? And I'm thinking I'm reading it and more about the Baal Shem Tov that he told Rabbi Lemelech. So he said, when he see, let's say you made something for him, he would know the person who make it, what kind of person is he, what kind of tikkun he has, what kind of thing they need to do. It was tremendous, the Baal Shem Tov. And he said, the idea of my teacher, the Baal Shem Tov, he said, when he pray or when he speak Torah, it was almost as Moses came down from the Mount Sinai. He was able to carry that flame. After that, after he met Rabbi Lemelech, he died. And the person who walked with him wherever he go was a person in those days, because you can't play on instrument on Shabbat. Why you can't? Because it creates separation. You have to create vibration with your voice, not with the instrument. So the person he brought with him wherever he go was with bass voice, because he make one voice and the person next to him make bass. And when he died, the person who make the bass voice told his wife to prepare 10 people for the burial and to prepare 10 people to say Kaddish and all this. After that, the wife looked at him and said, what are you talking about? He said, well, in the heaven, they want to do Kabbalat Shabbat with him and the Baal Shem Tov, with the Chazan, with the cantor in heaven. And I know that he cannot do it without me, because without my bass voice, his voice doesn't come out. So I know wherever he go, I go. And that's what happened, and he died. What's the purpose of this story? What can we learn from that? Few things. First, there is a chamber of melody and music, and we have to sing. Even if your voice is not that great, sing. You gotta sing, because the singing, the music itself, activating a chamber in heaven. A second thing, a true essence of friendship. Friendship don't die in this world. Friendship continue to the next world to come. People that you love so much and people who love you so much, they will be with you wherever you go. They will be with you in this physical world. They will be with you in the next world to come. And they will be with you when the resurrection will take place. They are with you. You're never going to say goodbye. You think you're saying goodbye, but you never say goodbye. They are with you wherever you go, forever. This is your true friend. This is the people who are with you. I'm not talking about just people on just hello, but people you care about so much, and they care about you with your fault, with your problem. Just love. And we need to build a relationship like that with people. We need to get to that. We need to pursue friendship as like talk to people. When the last time somebody pursued you and said to you, I want to be your friend, I want to be your real friend. Don't let things go away from you. This is an opportunity to connect. So there is a melody that when I used to walk in the street, sometimes 20 something years ago, and sometimes you are a bit down and you sing a melody. You don't know the words for that melody. And then, I heard it from Rabbi Shlomo Karlibach. Then I heard it from Rabbi Shlomo Katz. And one of the things that shook me, one of the lectures that shook me to understand that we are all different, but we can still be friends. There is a wonderful storyteller, I think one of the best teachers I met, one of the best storytellers I met. He lives in Toronto, Canada. I don't know if you will ever hear it, but if you will hear it, please tell him that I said that. His name is Abe Ardun. And he says something so beautiful, God bless his soul. And he said, some story, I skipped the details, synagogue, and he saw one person behave that way, one person behave that way. And sometimes we look at people, when we judge people, and we need to understand that, can you imagine if all people would be the same? If all people would be the same, then what would be life like? So you need the positive, the negative, the mid-negative, mid-positive, because together we create what we call a community. So just a melody to connect to the Chazan of the Baal Shem Tov, to connect to the cantor of the Baal Shem Tov. And I want to tell you something, a story. The story goes, when I went to the cemetery of the Baal Shem Tov, and what I found out, that next to him live, he is alive. Next to him, next to his grave, is the person who blew the shofar for the Baal Shem Tov. And I never blew the shofar until, just to let you know, until 4 years ago, 3 years ago. 3 years ago, guys, can you imagine? And I had to run a community, and running the community, I tried to hire a different rabbi to blow the shofar for me. Nobody want to do it, even for money. I found myself, I had to do it, and then I asked the sort of the student of the Baal Shem Tov, not the cantor, the shofar blower, if he can help me. And a miracle happened. All of a sudden, my lips start blowing the shofar. And I just hope that for my people, I was able to create a good year within this tough year. So let's do the melody. This is just melody. Just 2 chords. Those of you who have keyboard or drum in the house, take the pieces. If you don't have anything in the house, take a pot, take a spoon and fork, and do it with me. Doesn't matter what you have. Do it on a table. It's very, very easy. E minor, A minor, it's so easy. I think I'm going to put a bridge for this. If your soul is not yet open or your heart has not been open yet, just open your heart. Don't think too much. And now invite the angel. Invite the angel. Open your heart. Open your heart. Let yourself. I hope that find you well. As we're going now to a different story. And this story is about Rabbi Elimelech of Lizhensk, of course. Those of you who never have been there, Rabbi Elimelech of Lizhensk, what can I tell you? Unique place in Poland, 5 hours away from the airport in Warsaw. So it was a great rabbi who came to see Rabbi Elimelech, and we know Rabbi Elimelech was very humble, very down to earth. And that Rabbi used to be very religious and very spiritual. But the way that he was spiritual and religious, he was working on fasting, food, fasting, talk. It's all about how can he suffer more. He believed that if he restrict himself as much as he can, then he will reach the highest level. And when he came to see the greatest Rabbi Elimelech didn't even say hello to him. Nothing. No hello, no Shabbat Shalom, nothing. He reached out to Rabbi Elimelech turned the other way. He looked at Rabbi Elimelech turned his head away from him. Whatever he did with Rabbi Elimelech didn't give him the energy. So he came from the window to listen to the Torah of the Rabbi Elimelech, and he saw that Rabbi Elimelech in his lecture said, all of a sudden, there is some people, that are just make themselves suffer, and by making themselves suffer for 12 years like he did, and they're asking me to bless them for that. And all what they do for the ego, but because they're just busy with themselves. That's what Rabbi Elimelech say in his lecture. Now he's watching Rabbi Elimelech through the window. And of course, when he heard that, without the Baal Shem Tov knew even that he's around, when he say that, that person start to be breaking up and realize that maybe he did the right thing by being spiritual, extra spiritual and extra effort, but he was so much restricting himself that it didn't do what meant to be done by a spiritual person. And because of that, when he realized that he was broken, he was like so sad. And at that moment, he decided to go home because he was so ashamed that he's so busy with his ego to do the right thing, fasting, not talking, really, really restricting himself. And he realized that he was maybe doing the perfect spiritual thing, but it was not busy with people. He was not busy with the pain of another human being. He was busy being righteous. He was busy getting a title of a righteous. And when he was broken so much, he started crying. Rabbi Elimelech get off his table, and in those days, the rabbi would never get off the table like a king, and run to him and give him a hug. And he called him by his name. He said, David, Rabbi David, it's so good of you to come to be with us. And he doesn't get it. He's there already for 5 days. And the guy doesn't even say hello to him, but look at him. And his son look at Rabbi Elimelech say, for 5 days you don't even say hello to the guy, now you say hello. He said, the same guy that I didn't say hello to, it's not the same guy that I'm saying hello to right now. And we need to understand what it means. And that story was suggested to me by my daughter Rachel. She suggested I should share it with you. And the words go like this, Abba, this is the same person that you didn't want to talk to. You couldn't even look into his eyes. It was disgusting by his behavior. It say no. הלא היה איש אחר לגמרי. ועלה זה הרי הוא רבי דוד חביבנו. This is the great Kabbalist, say, named Rabbi David, the dear to our heart. And what do we learn from that, my friend? I don't know about you guys, but a lot of us, sometimes we work on ourselves. And when you work on yourself, sometimes the ego gets involved. You work on yourself to be a perfect spiritual person. When you're busy being a perfect spiritual person, you might achieve it, you might not. But you forget about your surrounding. Are you helping the world? Is your existing benefit the universe, or your existence just benefit you? If it just benefit you and your family, you might be perfectly righteous, religious, spiritual, but your existence doesn't reflect on others. And those type of people are not adding to the world. They're adding to themselves. And for that reason, the same way that Rabbi Elimelech looked at that student, the same way sometimes God looking at us. So, idea is we need to work on how is my existence add to everybody else. As you can see, I'm talking to a big microphone here in front of my mouth, which thanks to Rob and Michelle to arrange it. And Rob felt the pain that we didn't do it right, so that's why he go out of his way and did all what he did. And I didn't know Rob very well, and I'm sorry if I'm saying his name, until something happened to me in Rav Ashlag. Those of you know, I hear people talk, voices, whatever it's dead people or angels. And Rav Ashlag, the master of all master, told me be aware of Rob before I even knew Rob. And I believe what Rob did with the mic to make sure it's available for everybody, whatever it worked for you or not, I don't know. I'm not on the other end. It does work? Okay. So that's what it means to do things in a way for others. So maybe some people are so busy being spiritual, so busy being religious and all this and that. But in the end of the day, it's those things that are matter. You know, what is needed? It's what vital needed now, what vital missing. We have to find one thing that we can give. Same thing I did with my teacher, always looking, what can I add to my teacher? What can I add to the surrounding? And every time that you think like that, you're already spiritual. Anyway. This song, I was trying it. Hopefully it will work. The song said, it's the song from Book of Psalm from King David. It's Eleman Achai Vera'ai. To all my brother and friend, to all my sister and friend, I'm asking peace for you. It's a great, great song. Debbie can send it to you, the words later. It's in English too. This is the house of Hashem, I wish. This is the house of Hashem, I wish the best for you. Nine, 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 nine. Leman Achai Vera'ai, Leman Achai Vera'ai, Adabrana, Adabrana, Shalom Bach. Leman Achai Vera'ai, Leman Achai Vera'ai, Adabrana, Adabrana, Shalom Bach. This is the house of Hashem. Wish the best for you. This is the house of Hashem. Wish the best for you. Nine, 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 nine. Leman da 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 da. This is the house of Hashem. I wish the best for you. This is the house of Hashem. Wish the best for you. I like this song. Please listen to it as much as you can. Are we good there? Yeah? People can hear it okay? So, I have another story here. I was thinking if to share it or not to share it. Maybe I will share it to see how that's gonna go. There is normally between Rosh Hashanah to Simchat Torah, There is an act that you do to get rid of all your negativity. We call it tashlich. The tradition is that on the first day of Rosh Hashanah, just before Mincha, some people go with a piece of bread to the ocean, or to the river, or the lake, and they throw this piece of bread, and they say a certain prayer to basically to get rid of all the negativity that ever accumulate during the year, because the year is collecting all the negativity, and then you get rid of it. And so you're supposed to do it once a year. Most people do it on the first day of Rosh Hashanah. I do it in a different time. And you're welcome to do it between Rosh Hashanah till Hoshana Rabbah. That's the frame that you got to get rid of your negativity. And once the time comes, you ask Debbie or myself, and we send you the whole prayer and what to do and how to do that. But the story goes like this. It's about the Jose of Lublin. The Seer of Lublin. What can I say? Seer of Lublin is so humble that when you go to his place, you don't even feel anything. Don't feel anything. He did everything that he did. And I believe when you go to a place of a tzaddik, of a righteous person, you don't feel a lot of things. It's either you're not clean, either the person was reincarnated already, or either you don't need that specific help in your life. Seer of Lublin went to the river and to throw the piece of bread of his negativity. His student named Rabbi Naftali was not there. And all the students see him running to the river. And they tell him, listen, the Rebbe already finished. He did already the action. Why you running so fast? The Rebbe already went home. And he says something so beautiful. So I'm going to the river to collect a little bit of the sin that my rabbi threw to the river. When you respect a teacher, I don't know if you ever have that merit to respect a teacher. I did. I was very blessed to respect many people who taught me. And like my DNA, who I am, people call me leader, but I'm actually a servant. I'm a servant first. It's easier for me to be a servant than to be a leader. I enjoy being a servant. Love to serve. I know some people look at it as a down thing. For me, to bring me a great joy to be a servant. So I was a servant of many great Kabbalists in my life. Thank God. I'm never sorry about any service that I did. And when I serve, I want to perfect myself to become the great servant. So I understand that story, and that story touched me. You chase your teacher without anything else exists, because your teacher carry within him the good and the bad. No teacher is perfect. No teacher is an angel. Every teacher has good thing he does and bad thing he does. But the bad thing that the teacher does, he threw in the ocean, on the river, before Yom Kippur, before Sukkot. Throw it, get rid of it. If the people start thinking that the teacher is a god, that's become a problem. That's illegal spiritually, because that's idol worshiping. But the teacher is a human being that carry study and wisdom and angels and all kind of secret, and the teacher want to pass it into you. So when you serve your teacher, when you become like serving your teacher with, with tea, with orange juice, with some nice picture on the wall, or I don't know what you want to give, when you're giving, you have to think of it. You have to think of it that I'm serving my teacher because I want to connect to his soul, not to his outside, to his soul. So whatever it is, thing that you give doesn't have to be a lot. It has to be how you do it. So when I used to make my teacher, let's say, bagel, one time I did the bagel. My teacher said, nobody else make bagel from now on, only Eliyahu. Everybody asked, what's so special? He said, it's not the way. He said, actually, Eliyahu is very messy. But when you eat the bagel of Eliyahu, he used to say to the other student, I feel that I'm getting food. And people get jealous, they get upset, but it's a true story. And the idea is you want to serve because you want to do it for you. You want to give because you want to do it for you. And it's a feeling that I cannot describe until you actually commit to do it. If you do it because you want to get a title as the best servant, it's not going to work. If you do it because you want to connect with love to the soul of your teacher, it's absolutely going to work. So it's either a gift that comes to you from the Creator, or either you see it in your childhood, or either you're just lucky to find the right teacher and you serve the right teacher. I learned it from my mom. I saw how she treat people of spirituality since I was 5. And my mom was chasing holy people to give them food and to give them money. And I never understood why my mom do it in such a fanatic way. And she used to tell me this is a very big deal. She learned it from her father, my grandfather. And used to be a old man passing by with a jalabia, with the white robe in the street where we live, the street called Trumpeldor. So he used to pass and going from side to side. And I was very sick as a kid. My mom always hoped to meet this gentleman on the way to the hospital. And he always was there. My mom always gave him money. Always gave him money, always gave him food. And he always blessed me. And I saw it with my own eyes. So when she told me, did you meet somebody new, somebody holy? Every time I said to my mom, I met somebody holy, she would cook right away. And she would bring like 4 pots, one with something called chaim, it's a fish dish, one with meat, one with couscous, one with this. And she sent me with boxes to give to the righteous person. She said, please, make the righteous bless us. We need his help. And the only way to get blessing is the vessel of giving. And I was touched by that. That actually the giver is the receiver. You only can receive through giving. And so when Rabbi Naftali went and ran to his teacher, it's almost like your teacher is not perfect. But you know that what he threw to the river is maybe higher. It's higher than the good things that you already have. But to get to that level, it's a commitment, it's a surrender. And I'm very blessed to meet many teachers in my life that I serve with pride. And I enjoy serving my students as well. Some of my students think it doesn't look good when I serve students. But I enjoy doing that. I enjoy serving because I believe in the work of serving, you find God. You don't find God in leadership. I mean, you find God in feeling the pain of your student. You find God in serving people higher than you. That's where you find God. You can't find God in just being a leader and look forward and don't look backward. You gotta find one of your people have pain. One of the people have pain. This is whatever you're going to do, whatever you can to save. So, isn't that an embarrassing moment? So, I have a gift of somebody gave me a jacuzzi that what do you get? Inflammable jacuzzi for my mikveh. So, we didn't know how to clean it. So, we cleaned it yesterday. It was a mess. And after we cleaned it, I saw there is a bee. A bee was dying within the water. And I tried to save the bee and I started talking to her. So my family saw me talking to the water. They thought I lost my mind all of a sudden after being in the house for too long. And I was talking to the bee, and it's a little ego. But I'm sharing the story because I think it can be a lesson. I was talking to the bee. I said, don't die on me now. This is not the right time to die. Not the right time now. And I started talking to the bee. I said, listen, if I take it in my hand, you're going to bite me. And then you're going to die, and I'm going to be in pain. So I'm going to bring a paper and a plastic. We're going to get you out of here, to the dry land, and you're going to survive. So please be patient. I'm getting you out. And it took me some time, and I was worried that the bee will die. And in the end, I was able actually to get the bee out. And the bee was drying itself out, and I was very happy about it. If you don't have that pain and feeling of other people, and you cannot serve a bee, and you cannot serve your dog, and you cannot serve your cat, you cannot serve the birds, you cannot serve a human being, you cannot serve people, I don't get the fun out of life. I really don't. I mean, I'm trying. I know there is a lot of fun about life, about food, and about dancing and sex, so I know all the other wonderful things, but there is so much more incredible fun of helping another human being. That's what I think. So that's the story about the Seer of Lovlin. I have another story from the Seer of Lovlin, then we have music, and then I say bye-bye to you. The story, Seer of Lovlin, that's also by my daughter Racheli. So, again, the Seer of Lovlin was a unique Kabbalist who passed away on the 9th of Av. And because he was excommunicate, he was always laughing because he knew that he will die, it will be Tisha B'Av. And usually on 9th day of Av, everybody sits on the floor. And when people die, people sit on the floor. And he told all the rabbis, as much as all of you against me, you're all going to sit in the day that I will pass on from this world. And that exactly happened. He died on Tisha B'Av. Yeah. So the story goes that some of the rabbi went and tell him, you're not the greatest. They tell the Seer of Lovlin, you're not the greatest rabbi, you're not the greatest leader. But still people come to you, a lot of people following you. It doesn't make sense. We are way better than you in the Torah. We are better than you in spirituality. And here we go. And he said, you're right. He said, you're right. He said, I don't know what to do. They're just coming to me. I agree with you that you are much higher than me in spirituality. But for some reason, they come to me. So the rabbi said, you should maybe tell them that you are not as great as we are. Tell them. So he said, okay, I will do it. He went in front of the crowd. And he said, people, he said to all the students, he said, you cannot consider me a teacher anymore. You cannot give me the respect that you're giving me. You have to stop doing it. And all the people, instead of doing it, they say, my God, our leader is so humble. He makes himself into nothing. He doesn't want to make himself with ego. So, and he tried to tell them, I'm not a tzaddik as you think me, but it didn't work out. So they came back to him. The rabbi says, so what happened? You have now more followers. Why do you think is that? They tried to study. He said, why are they coming to you so much and they don't come to us? And he answered like that. And I will say it in Hebrew because it's so beautiful. הם באים אליי מפני שאני מתפלא על שהם באים. They're coming to me because I wonder why they're coming to me. I'm just a simple person. Yes, I teach a little bit and I give some lecture, but I'm a simple person. ואליו אינם באים מפני שהוא מתפלא על שאינם באים. And they don't come to you because you are wonder why they're not coming to you. That's the answer you give. Just think about it, my friend. Are you wonder why you don't have money? Or are you wonder why you have money? Are you wonder why you have so many clients even if you don't do that much? Or you wonder, how come I don't have a client? I do so much. It's exactly it's exactly how things work. Some of us thinking, how did I have so much in my life? And I'm not doing enough to have so much in my life. And some of us say, how come I do so much in my life and I don't have enough? Think about it, my friend. You want to join the Seer of Lublin and that consciousness and ask, how come? How come I have so much? How come I have so much? And this is the secret of life. I wrote in my book, those of you who read that book, it's a book of verses and motivational verses. And I write about what is unity and what is separation. So when unity, the separation is when everybody going on the right direction together and everybody looking to get credit. And unity, it's for my books, I don't remember the exact word, is when everybody is basically something like going in the wrong direction maybe, but nobody looking for a credit for themselves. I don't remember the exact quote, but it's a beautiful thing that I wrote. It was 3 a.m. in the morning, and it touched me a lot about unity. Most organizations are being destroyed because fight among them. I predicted some of the things that we're experiencing now. Exactly 3 years ago, I told it to Debbie, 4 years ago actually. Debbie knew about it. I didn't know some of the people who listen to my lecture now. Yvette, those of you know Yvette knew about it. And I want to dedicate this lecture for Yvette actually to feel better and to be great again like she was before, because she's coming back, thank God, to Yvette. And that's it. I'm going to just play a melody for you that I like very much. Did I do it? I don't remember if I did it. I think I did it. Oh, this I didn't do. It's not a melody, it's a song actually. It's a song that I sang when I was walking into the street of Uruguay, and I didn't know if I would have a place to sleep at that night. And I didn't know if I would have food. And I didn't know how to take care of another 4 people that were with me. And I was much younger than today. I was 25. And I look at the heaven and I said, dear God in heaven, I don't have wisdom in me to solve this problem. Neither I know where to go, neither I know the Spanish language. I have no idea what to do. And I was walking in the street, crying, and motivate myself with this song. I said, I have to believe. And then a lady stopped the car with her 2 daughters. They speak Spanish to me. I have no idea what they were saying. And I said, no habla. No habla. Hebreo, inglés. That's it, what I said. I said, sí. I said, no, I'm into mysticism and Kabbalah. I said, Kabbalah, sí. I get into the car. I don't even know where they're taking me. And this woman, God bless her soul, she's a friend of Guba. Guba is using her place in Uruguay, in Argentina. She lives in Argentina now. I wish I can bring her online and thank her in Spanish. I think I have a friend, Andrea, in Argentina. She can find her for me. I really need that person. If you can help me to tell Andrea to find that woman. Only Guba know her number. So Guba can actually give the number. But what I'm trying to say, in the worst time of your life, reach out to the Creator, and I promise you're going to find it. So the song called Od Avinu Chai is Our Father Still Alive. It's when Yosef revealed himself to his brother, he asked the first question, is my father alive? I took it not just as Jacob alive, I took it as the Creator, the Divine God will always be alive for you. Even if you think you lost the direction. Just reach out and you will see. עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו חי. עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי. עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו חי. עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי. עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו חי. עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי. כן, כן, עם ישראל, עם ישראל, ישראל חי, עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי. עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו חי. עם ישראל, עם ישראל, כן, עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל, כן, כן, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי וקיים לעולם. עם ישראל, כן, עם ישראל חי וקיים לעולם. עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי. ניי, 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 ניי. Guys, we're coming to the end of the lecture, the end of the Nigun. I hope you've been inspired by the Nigunim, by some of the melody. I hope you've been inspired by some of the story. And remember, it's never too late to chase your dream. It's never too late to find your goal. It's never too late to connect to a real teacher.